Hello and welcome back to Czarina Katarin's sleigh ride, spell slay, however you would like, but that's the way it's going to be, folks. We have got more killing to do. We have established a nice little carve-out of a Kislevite nation here, and at least for the moment, we are holding it. However, we do have some pretty severe threats on our northern flank from Wintertooth, but Boris Ursus, the Great Red Tsar, will hopefully rise to meet the challenge. We need to actually end a turn, I believe. Yes, we need to end our turn, get some movement points, finish some recruiting, and carry things on here. So if you haven't been watching this campaign, our objective was to get Czarina Katarin her sleigh and get a fun themed army to use with it, which in this case I think is going to be Ice Guard and bear sleds and, you know, maybe some other bear units. We'll figure that out, but, you know, then we can have some fun with the other armies too. We have a few characters which have apparently, because of someone's idea to name a character beyond Slay, all of our characters now seem to be having suggestions from Pop Artist, which seems pretty hilarious. We even have Slayer Swift that we need to get in here soon as well, and then I believe we had some more suggestions that were really quite good. It looks like the Golden Order wants military access. They do have a war with Sylvania. And we should probably take this opportunity to solidify relationship with Balthasar. I don't need to own all of Sylvania, but there was definitely the gold mine and the wine that I wanted to get a hold of, because from a trade perspective, it will make us very wealthy. And I wanted to be able to capture those resources, which we did. I have the gold mine captured at Sylvania. Castle Tempelhof is now in our sights, and this might be our first opportunity to see the sled in action here. Indeed it is. I think we're going to go ahead and just fight this battle and take out the vampires right here and now. Alright folks, we do need to get a look at Czarina Katarin's sled. It is looking good. I never did see the modded version. Someone mentioned that they thought the modded version was better. I don't know, I haven't seen the modded version, but that is pretty nice. I'm liking the sled here. We got 6 horses pulling the sled. Looks like one of our warriors there, and then some Ice Guard in the sled with Czarina, you know, sitting comfortably. What looks like a rather nice sleigh. So I'm going to go ahead and come and start to work my way over the top of the vampire walls here. I'm going to bring in a little bit of missile units to help support, and let's bring up our heroes to bust that gate down, and let's have our infantry. The vampires don't have any towers over here, which is why I deployed over here, so basically they have no way to hurt me while I sit in front of their walls. So that was really quite intentional on my part. Czarina Katarin on her sled here, though, does do some range damage, which that'll be nice. I like that, the range damage and the anti-infantry, so that'll be a nice touch for her. Ooh. I didn't know that there was range damage on the sled, so I'm very pleased about that. Let's bring in the Golden Knight. She is still on foot. We have to earn her a better mount here. I'm just going to let my range units get up here and start doing some damage to the vampires while we tear the gate down. I actually can't gate attack with Katarin unless we switch her over to melee, probably, but I will bring the Golden Knight, and I will bring our... our Patriarch over. Wow, the words were escaping me there for a moment, but I have it now. I'm gonna let my missiles, like I said, just do whatever damage they can do for now. They're probably wasting more ammo than they're making good use of at the moment, but it's okay. Is there some reason why you had quite so much problem coming through your own troops? But here we go. We got the Golden Knight and the Patriarch gonna come do the honors for us of ripping down the Sylvanian gate, which honestly is pretty impressive. Neither one of them carrying a whole lot of armament for tearing down a gate, so I guess they just got a whole lot of elbow grease. It's going to take a little while, so I'm going to fast forward while that happens. Look at my ranged units just raining death all over the vampires, and I am here for it. I might actually have them save their ammunition for a minute, because we are wasting a great deal of it. I think our sleds might still be firing. I'm not worried about them going through too much ammunition. Well, I mean, I'll go ahead and turn them off fire at will as well. There we go. All right, I'm going to continue tearing down the gate. I'm going to fast forward that process because it is going to be slow. We're about halfway through the gate. I don't really have the best units for tearing down a gate at the moment. Zarina Katarin's wasting her ammo here as well, so I guess we'll save some of that. Can I do this on the wall? I think I can. Yep. It blew some of their units out over the top of the wall. I love it. So we killed some of their units. The gate is 1,800 hit points. So as soon as we break through the gate, I want to have a present waiting for the vampires, which is going to be Daz's Hearth Blades. We'll follow that up with some good old-fashioned Kassar armored infantry here. The vampires won't have much that can contend with the armored infantry. Let's take the knight and our bear and come screaming through the gates, and let's bring the sled in here as well. Let's go ahead and bring Daz's Hearth Blades in to get things started, and like I said, we'll start to funnel infantry through here. Zarina Katarin does not yet have her magic line really filled out at this point. Oh man, that sled just went ripping right through that infantry. Like, didn't even slow down, so I wholeheartedly approve of that. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Let the sleigh ride begin. 26 kills already. There is a knight unit around, though, that we're going to possibly be slowed down by. So I'm going to make my way back over to the infantry, where we'll be better suited. And I'm just going to keep running this sled through that infantry. Use the abilities on our heroes here. Oh, man, the sled is getting a lot of kills. I'm going to swing into these zombies real quick. And then let's swing over here. I'm going to cast this spell, which will slow down all the enemy units. And then I'm going to try and just keep the sled moving and see how many kills we can cheese with this thing. We're already up to 62. Oh, man, I'm liking this. The only thing I'm concerned about right here is that Daz's Hearth Blades are absolutely shredding as well. I don't even have that many units in here. And we are still just murdering the vampires, like all-out murder. Put some of this magic through here. There we go. We got Zarina Katarin moving again. She's up to 122 kills on the sled. Oh my gosh, Golden Knight doing a good job too. The Golden Knight ought to do well here. Yeah, she's got 50 kills. She is anti-infantry. I'm gonna put this over here, do a little bit of damage. Let's keep this sled moving. I'm gonna try and keep plowing the sled through here. Yeah, 146 kills. Wow, we're gonna get tremendous numbers of kills on infantry blobs with the sled. She seems to be very, very well suited. Look at that. And then the mass, like, just able to plow right through all these units. Look at this. We are just feeding Daz's Hearth Blades at this point. It's unfair, really. And I don't care. Unfair, I don't care. I think I'll summon a cat over here just to make matters worse for the vampires. But right now, Daz's Hearth Blades almost can't be harmed. They're 236 kills, 70 kills for the Golden Knight. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. 209 kills for the sled. Again, I'll try and get you some close-ups of the sled doing its thing to the vampires here. Choke on ice, indeed. Do a little magic here. Help further damage the vampires. We're up to 243 kills with Zarina Katarin. Okay, I'm a big fan of the sled. I am a big fan of the sled at this point. It is really quite hilarious. Against any infantry-heavy faction, in this case, the vampires, it is going to be extraordinarily well-suited. Look at that, 287 kills for the Hearthblades. As we just completely demolish the vampires with a tiny contingent of our army. It looks like you don't get that many kills when the sled is stopped, which makes sense. So as long as you keep that sled moving, it looks like the kills are plentiful. There's just a couple of units crumbling. There we go. Let's get back out to the campaign map. Man, Zarina Katarin and the Golden Knight are going to be fantastic blob busters. 1,500 worth of damage on cheap vampire units. I mean, that is impressive. And the Hearthblades, man, they were absolutely owning there as well. That was almost not a better situation for them to be in, which is like a contained grind fight of infantry. It's literally perfect for them. All right, so we are in control of Castle Tempelhof, which is good. And I also have control of Waldenhof. So we've got the vampires pretty well on the run here. The only other one that I would really like to take from the vampires at this point would be Schwartzhoffen, just to complete that province. The vampires could threaten Mordheim at the moment, which wouldn't really surprise me. Let's go see how Boris's army's coming. He's got some units on the way, but it's going to be a couple of turns before they are available. As far as Kislev goes, we really need that building. The Zargard actually would be quite good against Wintertooth, but I guess we'll probably have to do without right now. So we're still just busily recruiting. We do have local recruitment available to us, but I'm not sure how many sleds we want to stack up. We probably want to have a decent infantry base, and we're at 4 growth, so we still got a little ways before we get to where we want to be. Yeah, that's probably all we're going to be able to do for now in this army in terms of getting recruiting. We're going to have to depend on some of that global recruitment, which is just kind of our only option at the moment. Let's get some defenses at Karak Raziak, because we're likely to be attacked there eventually. We are taking advantage of the wine resource at Eschen, so let's go ahead and increase that because we need to pay for all these armies that we have operating. Let's take a look at these skill points on Tsarina Katarin. We could probably fight that battle against Tzeentch now as well, because the sled would give us tremendous power to move around and really punish the Tzeentch, and so we have the other bear sleds there as well, though it could still be a dangerous battle nonetheless. Let's see here. We've got skilled craftsmen. We want to finish that so it'll max out some of the pain that our sleds can dish out, because CA nerfed them. And I mean, it's probably okay that they nerfed them, but I'll still never forgive them for it because I love my sleds and I have to state that CA is evil for nerfing my sleds. Let's get this blood thing here and see if we can just get all the way to Kislev Unite. And we got a garrison lord that hasn't been moved. I'm not surprised. I don't intend to move. Looks like Karak Kadrin is going to reach out and touch the greenskins here. That's fine. We have not seen the Chaos Dwarves come under the mountain yet, and we don't have an immediate threat from Wintertooth yet. We are preparing for one, though, so let's end our turn. And hopefully we'll get some good action going here soon. Man, folks, I have been trying for several days now to record some campaign in Rome 2, and I'm going to make a separate video and actually talk about this, but Rome 2 campaign is awful. It is in a terrible state. So, like, even if I get the difficulty settings right, which I think I finally did figure out, there's so many glitches. Like, the AI cannot path during naval landing battles, and you fight them frequently. I was fighting a battle where the AI was sending their ships one at a time to the very corner of the map, even though they had probably 15 or 20 landing spots open, and they lost the battle because of it. It's just obscene. The AI makes weird decisions. The diplomacy is messed up. There's not enough options. The political system sucks. Like, it's awful. The Civil War system is bad. The family tree is not very rewarding. Like, after playing a lot of Warhammer 3, and don't get me wrong, Warhammer 3 has downsides, and I point them out as frequently as I'm able, things that need to be improved. But oh my goodness, Rome 2's campaign, like, and I just played a Rome remastered campaign, mind you, right? So I've been playing old games right now, and despite playing the old games, it's still bad. Like, Rome 2 is bad. Like, Rome Remastered is an easier game experience right now than Rome 2, in my opinion. Like, if you had to pick one of those two, as like the better game experience in 2024, it's gonna be Rome Remastered, which is insane because that game is also full of mess and bugs, but it's just been updated more recently. Rome 2 is in, like, the multiplayer can be quite fun, and I've played those battles with the group over in the Discord, the Gathering Stone Discord, and it is a lot of fun. I like those multiplayer battles still, and I think Rome 2 stands up okay in terms of multiplayer battles, but the campaign is bad. Like, there's just no other way to put it. The campaign's bad, and it's in a bad spot, and it's not fun. I've tried it 3 nights in a row to record it. and it's been so bad that I've just had to turn it off in frustration, and that's part of the reason why you haven't had any videos, is because what little time I've had to record was spent in Rome 2 trying to get a decent experience together for a video, and I couldn't. Because it's bad. So, I know, that's gonna offend some people. Some people may disagree with me. It's totally okay if you disagree with me, but... And again, with all of its imperfections, which are many, Warhammer 3's campaign is so much better. I just can't play Rome 2 campaign anymore. And like I said, that's kind of funny because I just got done playing a Rome Remastered campaign. And I was frustrated a lot of times in Rome Remastered because of how much better Warhammer is, but I could still play it and enjoy it. I cannot say the same for the Rome 2 campaign that I've been trying for the last several nights. It wasn't even enjoyable. It's just awful. Again, I hope some of you are out there enjoying it. I just don't anymore. It's hard for me to have played this and then go back to Rome 2's campaign. Again, the multiplayer is still quite fun. I have a good time playing that with that group, and I have every time that I've played with them. Haven't regretted it a single time, but the campaign is... I just don't think I can do it anymore. We may have to find other things to do. I think we might just focus more on other games or something like that, because like I said, I'll place it, or, you know, what we could replace, since I was going to do a Rome 2 campaign and I wanted to have some Rome 2 action on the channel, maybe what I'll do instead of filming the Rome 2 campaign is I'll just pick a couple of nights a week, and we'll just have a Rome 2 community night and play multiplayer battles. And then we can get some Rome 2 action from the multiplayer battles and not have to, you know, worry about the issues that, you know, come up in the campaign where I have to fast forward entire battles for 20 minutes straight while the AI glitches out and bugs out, and like, just, it is not a good experience. Like, it is not a good experience. Obviously, CA did a lot of work to make Rome 2 better, and in many ways, they succeeded. But at the same time, you can only polish a turd so much, and unfortunately, ultimately, Rome 2 was kind of a turd. I think some parts of it, like I said, were very salvageable. Like, I think the multiplayer is quite salvageable. And I think that with those mods especially, it becomes even more fun. But it's honestly even pretty fun without the mods. But I just don't think they can salvage the campaign. Like, it's just too deep in the hole. But again, just my thoughts on it. And I'll make a separate video and kind of announce that to everybody and cover my thoughts on that real quick. But it's bad. Like, it was not good. Like, the Rome 2 campaign is not good. All right, anyway, here we are in a campaign that is good, in my opinion, which is Immortal Empires. And Chaos Robbie's Old World map was also fantastic. We've got the vampires here at Schwartzhoffen. I'm not gonna lie, I want a chance to crush some more vampires with our sleds, so I'm going to take that opportunity. I just want to understand whether this is... No, it's not a town battle, so good opportunity to crush them. Alright, the battle's underway. I'm gonna go do some bear taunting with the sleds here. They've got a corpse cart with unholy lodestone. They've got their lord, like some very juicy targets up there that we're gonna go and harass, because that's what you do when you bring this many bear sleds to a battle. So I'm gonna target that unholy lodestone. The vampires no doubt have something unholy going on inside of their vampiric trousers as well, in terms of, you know, crapping the bed. And if they haven't done so, they will be doing so shortly, because I am going to destroy them. Let's see here. We've got some crypt horrors chasing us in. Let's get moving here. Zarina Katarin should be able to slow them down to where they can't catch me. There we go. They were about to get a piece of me, but we're going to prevent that. All right, we've got the attention of the entire vampire army at this point. Leave my sleds out here as a little bit of bait, but I'm going to go ahead and pull them back here. We will move them forward as needed. I'm about to be able to unleash some pretty nasty barrages onto our enemies, and I'm going to keep Zarina Katarin handy to break up the infantry fights that ensue as we get things started. So here comes their dire wolves and other units. They're going to have no real effect here. And the Zarina was a little bit out in front of the lines there. Woo! Enemy's getting wrecked. What's this unit right here? Skeleton Warrior. Let's go say hi to the Skeleton Warrior here real quick. They don't have anything to guard it. Now let's go say hi to another Skeleton Warrior. I'm gonna get out here and just do some vicious sled destruction with Zarina Katarin. Oh, this is funny. This is funny. She is on an absolute tear right now. No one can stop her. She's up to 63 kills. I'm just gonna continue the Sled Rampage. So this is indeed the Tsarina Sled Rampage campaign. It's an absolute massacre. All right, we've already got over 100 kills. And I'm not gonna stop now. And remember, this is against the vampires too, so kills are usually a little bit slow to come by for the vampires. I'm gonna bring our patriarch. Let's bring in the knight here as well to do a little bit of extra pain. I'm just gonna continue to bounce and weave through here with the sled. We'll summon the cat up in here. I'm not even trying hard to kill the vampiric leadership right now. I'm kind of just having fun at their expense, if I'm being completely honest here, and I am. So yeah, there we go. I've got the sled. Sled's up to 131 kills. And here it comes right through zombie land there. I'm gonna swing the sled around. I love that choke on ice. 159 kills. I mean, it's gonna be kind of an insult if we don't get at least 200 kills per battle with the sled. I'm gonna do a heal here as the sled comes into range of it right now. Awesome. So how are we doing? We are up to 176. We've got to keep this thing moving, so I'm going to give an attack order back over here so we can just kind of plow through people. We're up to 180. Our infantry line not having any problem standing against these low armor vampire troops. 197, so we will hit our 200 kill quota here. Though I feel like we can do even more damage given the right opportunity. Let's keep the sled moving. This is hilarious. They just can't stop it. I guess all the ice there, the low friction opportunities abound. We're up to 227 kills. Let's whip around and see if we can get another good one here. I'm gonna actually target the corpse cart with the unholy lodestone. That's probably part of what's holding this vampire army together still. Let's go hit this blob over here again. I'm gonna just come sliding through here. This sled is absolutely ridiculous. Ridiculous in a good way. So there we go. We're now up to 247, 248. All right, we got past 250 before we absolutely crumbled the vampire army. Shameful display. I'm about to shed tears of joy for the ice sled here. This is such a nice addition to Kislev's roster, and to be honest, it'd be really cool to see some version of that sled. I know that Games Workshop has said recently that they're not bringing Kislev or Cathay anytime soon to the tabletop. I get that, but I feel like ultimately they probably will bring them to the tabletop, and when they do, I can only imagine how cool the ice sled model would be. Sorry, I've got to plug in my my headset here and get this taken care of. Awesome, there we go. It's about to die, of course. Always does that while I'm recording. All right, so we have taken Schwartzhoffen. The vampires are pretty well reeling. I would think the Empire could finish them, but the Empire does have multiple threats at the moment, so they may not finish them as easily as they want. And we might be able to use some of these settlements over here, like take it and hand it to the Empire in order to better improve our relationship with them, which is a great way to kind of get the AI to be more on your side when you need them to be. Got a fair bit of... Got our war sleds, some infantry. I just don't have a whole lot of other options here. I mean, we could recruit some bowmen to finish this army off, but at this point, I think we'd be better off to just recruit more sleds. It's more upkeep for sure, but they're just better units overall. Ooh, we got some Warbear Riders. That would actually be good in that army. And Boris, I believe, gets improvements for Warbear Riders. We've also got the Things in the Woods back. Let's actually cancel those sleds because we had some good units here. Let's recruit all those. All right, so Boris has an army ready, and we can strike back against Wintertooth here, and we likely should. The Skaven are operating up here as well, and we're going to find ourselves a war with them, no doubt. I'm going to go get Prague right up here in our sights, and hopefully we can go and retake it rather quickly and painlessly, because we can also use that to skyrocket our income even more. But I mean, we're in a very solid position at the moment. Our allies should be able to kind of wrest control of this area, and if that's the case, we're kind of safe back over here to my south. South Central, there's some vampires over here in Bretonia, but other than that, like, we've got the Empire in a fairly stable position, potentially, and we might be able to get a good order tide flowing here, where we can, actually, Southern Sylvania is going to make good income, so it'd be nice to have another income-boosting Ottoman here. So let's throw one in, and we'll try and boost all that sweet gold income that we've got going on. And a couple of these different settlements. We got unassigned skill points. That's going to be for Tsarina Katarin, and Jon Snow and the Golden Knight. Let's see here. We'll go ahead with Tenacity. And then for the Golden Knight, we were trying to get to this Kislev Unite, which is a cool effect. And we're going to have to get this common ground, common enemies thing here. And then we're going to have to get Tsarina Katarin upgraded. I want her magic tree now, so I'm going to go ahead and do this and start unlocking some more of her magic. As soon as we get Heart of Winter with her, then it should turn into a real roll against our enemies. 5% more income from all buildings, recruitment, local recruitment capacity, corruption minus. We don't really have the corruption problem so much anymore. Let's go with control now to try and get these provinces under control. We shall end another turn. Income remains good. Patriarch is in big trouble. He wants a defensive alliance. I wonder if we can counter that offer. We can't confederate him, that's right. Let's throw in military access there, and we'll just do that. He's gonna die. Like, he's about to get knocked out by Daniel the Demon. But that's okay. We'll be able to recruit him because we have to recruit the defeated legendary lords. So we should be able to finish this in terms of getting all the legendary lords available for recruitment. That mod is great, by the way. If you haven't done that one, go look at the recruit defeated legendary lords mod. If you're one of those people that gets frustrated because you can't ever get the other legendary lords, then it is the mod for you, and you should definitely give it a look. It looks like the vampires are at the moot here. I'm gonna take the moot, and I'm gonna give it to probably like Balthasar, or yeah, probably give it to like Balthasar or Karl, one of the two. Karl's probably gonna like take in Balthasar's faction anyway. Let's go ahead and scoot over here, and we're gonna continue attacking vampire settlements. That's pretty easy auto-resolve there. Let's take the army replenishment, because we are somewhat behind enemy lines here. I'm going to take this settlement for this turn. We'll hand this over to one of our allies, because I don't want to keep it. I just need a place to replenish and to launch my attacks against the vampires on the next turn. Like Averheim, for instance, we could help it be retaken. And then let's head back up here to the north at Prague, where we're going to be able to strike back against Wintertooth. We're going to declare war on Throg, which is a war against ugliness. But I don't know, maybe some of you out there think Throg's a rather handsome fellow. This isn't worth fighting. Wow, we got the crap beat out of us though, even though it wasn't worth fighting. And if there's a Wintertooth army standing right behind me, then I'll be in big trouble, but looks like we might get away with it this time. I'm gonna get the marble from the cursed city here. There's the special buildings, and I don't really see what's so special about this building, other than what it is going to add to us, like the Citadel. So global, okay, no, that is a big deal. That global recruitment duration reduction is huge, and then it gives us extra capacity, so that is a really big deal. So yeah, that's exciting, in fact. All right, so Boris has retaken the cursed city here. Cursed, no longer cursed, or maybe soon cursed again. We'll find out which of those is the case. Let's go ahead and continue to work on Lightning Strike. He might very well need it. And then we've got Death Frost, Ice Sheet, Frost Blades. Let's do Evasion. Let's try and get to Heart of Winter, because Heart of Winter, like I said, can be very helpful. We have an Ataman event here. Or no, we can assign another one. And we probably ought to put it in Prague. And let's do a focus on growth there. Both of these guys would accomplish that. So let's just throw one of them in here at the Cursed City. So hopefully we can get that city rebuilt as soon as possible. These are very powerful citadels from which to operate. We are winning the supporter war, no big surprise, because Kastalton is just like losing the war, period. And he's off on some fool's errand right now, about to get himself killed. So we will soon have him join our faction, whether he's ready to or not. Let's take a look at where we want to focus some of our funds. This is not the building I want in Schwartzhoffen. I'm going to tear that down. That also really doesn't belong great there. I do want to protect Eschen because of our wine resource. And then Castle Tempelhof, I want to put in some defenses there and increase the log output. Increase the log output. My boys would have appreciated that bad dad humor there. Hopefully you all do as well. Let's see. Let's do another upgrade to Ice Sheet, because then I think we can overcast it. And then Jon Snow is going to level up here. Get the full tenacity. Tenacious Jon Snow. And then we're going to get Kislev Unite here. And did we get the Warhorse yet? We did, so we've got the Warhorse for the Golden Knight now as well. And of course we could always pull the Golden Knight off the Warhorse if we feel like it's beneficial to us in combat. Let's go ahead and repair that. We're going to hand it off to some of the friends. The Moot Land's its own province. That's hilarious. Alright. Another commandment available up here at Prague. Alright, we're going to end this turn. I'm probably going to have a slightly shorter episode here because I just don't have a ton of extra time to record at the moment. But I would say this one successfully captured Prague. We finished off taking Sylvania. We're going to help out Balthasar and Franz here by punching the vampires in the nose. They're going to go hit us at Mordheim. Not surprised there. I kind of was expecting that a lot sooner. But they didn't even take Mordheim, so I don't know what they're attempting to accomplish there, but it's not working. So the vampires at this point should be well and truly on a slide. Hopefully the Empire is going to try and punish them, but I don't even see a good army from Franz here. Of course, he's got other armies in his land too, so Franz may not be able to focus real well on this at the moment. But Aberheim is in our sights. Let's go see if we can at least get it under siege. And we can get under siege, and we're going to catch Vlad there. Let's start building some equipment, and let's continue the siege here. We're not going to take attrition, and then let's turn around and hand the Moot to Balthasar. So let's trade. I can't trade a settlement? Why not? I guess because I don't border them with the Moot. I guess I could give it to Franz, but I might give it to him in a minute. Okay, whatever. We'll try and help Balthasar further soon, but I guess he's beyond helping at the moment. We could reach out and try and retake Volksgrad as well. But I kind of want to shore up Prague a little bit here. We're going to want the garrison. But yeah, I mean, that is a big help to us. Anyway, yeah, I think this will probably be good for this episode. I hope you all enjoyed this one. I'm going to go ahead and sign out for now. I'll be back with some more content soon. Sorry there's a little break there for a bit, but again, it was because I was trying to get the Rome 2 stuff recorded that just ended up turning into a debacle. HeirofCarthage, signing out for now. I'll see you all soon with some more action in Total War Warhammer 3.